My name's Ron Trone. I'm the Vice President for Research at Kansas State University. The purpose is to design new vaccines, new antivirals, new countermeasures of various types to protect against these threats that could come in here by accident or could be introduced. And so the positives so outweigh the negatives in this case. This is the right location.
I'm Nancy Jaax, and I'm the Associate Vice President for Research Compliance, and I'm the University Veterinarian here at K-State.
I'm Nancy Jaax. I'm a veterinarian, veterinary pathologist, Special Projects Officer, assigned to University Research Compliance Office, and also the NABC, National Agricultural Biosecurity Center.
We are part of a very small club of people who have actually worked in biocontainment facilities. We have a family. We have 2 children. They were toddlers when we started. We had absolutely no concern that there was a risk to our children. Children visited the lab often.
Our son still
lives within the mile of USAMRIID at Fort Detrick, which certainly houses and does research on the worst of these pathogens. We have absolutely no concern for his safety or his wife's safety. One of the considerations here in Manhattan has been Meadowlark Hills. My mother lived in Meadowlark Hills for 2 years. Unfortunately, she's deceased now, but if she was still alive, I would not think twice about having her live in Meadowlark Hills from a safety perspective.
I worked with some of the highest consequence pathogens there are: Ebola, Marburg, Lassa fever, the personnel procedures, the training procedures, what happens if you think you might have had an accident. There's a lot of things that kick in that absolutely protect the community.
You have a number of experts that are tied into this in oversight. It's not just the particular agency that's running it. There are all sorts of regulatory parameters that other agencies, other groups come in to get involved in oversight. Many of these groups have community members on them, so you have individuals in the area that know what's going on in the facility.
You trust your equipment, you trust your training, you trust your people. There are backup, redundant, after redundant measures. And so I was always very comfortable with it, and it was a risk, an occupational risk I gladly accepted because I love the work, I love science.
There is an appeal to something that is unique.
Most of us had kids, small kids.
And the vast majority were family people. But it is, it's interesting work. It's exciting.
These types of facilities attract quality researchers, and the greater the critical mass that you assemble working in a particular area, the faster the discoveries occur, and so the faster you're going to solve problems, not only in the case of NBAF for foreign animal diseases, but even solving endemic disease problems that the livestock industry has in Kansas today. The technology will move forward much more quickly, and therefore we will increase the profits for the producers in the state of Kansas around the world and protect them from these threats that could come in here.
When you're in the suit, you're a long time. Is it inconvenient? Yeah, it's inconvenient. You're going to be spending the day in the suit. You get up early, you hydrate, you do what you need to do, you go in, and hey, if you're in there 8 hours and if you have to come out before it, there are days when I've taken 15, 16 showers. If you have to take a break, you take a break. You go out through the beacon shower, you shower out, you shower back in sometimes, depending on what you're working with. So yeah, there are days where it's not easy, it's difficult, and you plan for it.
And so having students involved, training of veterinary students is part of what the mission of NBAF is going to be. But beyond that, looking at graduate students, probably the potential for undergraduates to get involved, learn the technologies, go to work when they graduate at NBAF or in like facilities. So as a training ground, this is going to be critical.
People ask me, they say, well, why do you do this work? I mean, we believe it's important. We believe vaccine development is important. We believe that figuring out how things work so you can better protect the public health. We have a strong commitment to public health and to animal health, and that's why we do this work.
This is the right location. It would be great for our faculty, for collaborations, for making discoveries more quickly, but for our students as well.